Weyland-Yutani Gateway Station, June 12, 2179. The meeting concluded on schedule. Board members disconnected one by one, their hollow presence collapsing into clean lines of static. Documents auto-archived. Risk summaries flagged for follow-up. The room returned to its default state, quiet, neutral, expensive. As Carter Burke gathered his tablet, Van Leeuwen raised a finger. "Stay," he said. Burke paused, then lingered as the doors sealed behind the departing executives. "What's up with LV 426? Van Leeuwen asked, his tone precise, measured. Burke forced a neutral smile. "We're still searching. No luck. Conditions are extreme. Electromagnetic interference, rock slides, unstable canyons. No reason to send personnel that far. Until now." He brought up the planetary maps on his tablet, topographical overlays blinking across the hollow display. "I cross-referenced everything. Nostromo logs were purged, but Ripley's recall is precise. The derelict is in the Ilium range, less than 200 kilometers from Hadley's Hope." Van Leeuwen studied the colony's atmosphere processor icon, the nuclear heart of the settlement, rotating slowly on his terminal. 20 years, and they never found it? Burke shrugged. "Until now. We routed a survey mandate for mineral rights through the colony. The Jordans, husband, wife, 2 children, will claim the territory. If something goes wrong, the event remains classified as a frontier accident." Van Leeuwen skimmed the personnel file. "Married, 2 dependents. Within acceptable parameters," Burke said. "Exposure will occur. The organism will be transported back to the colony. Containment failure is inevitable. Disappearances justify escalation." Behind the glass partition, a junior clerk hesitated at the outbound directive. The language was dense, deliberately imprecise, engineered to obscure intent. One line was clear: mandatory compliance. No discretion authorized. After a breath, she authorized transmission. Burke continued, voice calm, showing Van Leeuwen the routing protocols. "Colonial Marines only intervene after initial casualties. Ripley comes along as advisor, survivor credibility. Satisfies ICC optics. The Marines will destroy the organism. Recovery runs through medical. The Sulaco's cryogenic chambers sustain dormant biological material. Embryonic stages included. Survivors in stasis. Assets secured for transport. Jurisdictional issues resolve themselves planet-side." Van Leeuwen folded his hands. "High probability of casualties among civilians and enlisted personnel. All categorized," Burke said. "Within acceptable loss parameters. Silence." Then Van Leeuwen said, "Proceed. Authorization logged automatically." The mission was greenlit. Less than a month later, Hadley's Hope saw the consequences of corporate oversight. The Jordan family's rover returned at top speed. Airlock crews scrambled as the vehicle breached the colony perimeter. Ann Jordan screamed into the comms, begging for medical assistance. Russ Jordan lay across the rear bench, pressure helmet shattered, a tan, leathery organism clinging to his face. 8 limbs gripped him, a tail coiled around his neck. Medical staff froze. Dr. Ellis shouted, "Remove it! Don't!" Anne screamed, clutching Newt and Tim. "It bled when I touched it! The floor! Look!" A yellowish fluid hissed against the industrial mat, burning slowly through metal. The colony attempted containment and life support. The organism detached hours later. Russ appeared unharmed. Seconds passed. Then convulsions. A chest burst erupted. The first alien matured quickly, moving through ventilation ducts, seeking heat, warmth, and shelter. Technicians sent to repair air glitches vanished. Security teams disappeared. Steam from the atmosphere processor became a hive. By the time the colony realized the threat, Hadley's Hope was compromised. A single automated distress signal pinged Gateway Station before all communications ceased. Burke and Van Leeuwen watched the feed through Mother's interface. Cold, clinical, precise. The colony was dark. Containment had failed. Burke turned to Van Leeuwen. "Time to escalate. The Marines deploy. Full engagement. Extraction, recovery, retrieval of assets. LV-426. Immediate. Van Leeuwen's gaze lingered on the feed. Make it so. Orders logged. Decisions final. The corporation prepared to step in, where humans alone had failed.